What's going on, guys? Tim from Sports Go HD. I'm back with another episode of the QPR Series, and today we've got a live comp against Spartak Moscow, as well as, of course, recapping all the previous month's fixtures. Also, going to have a look at some new gens. You guys have been requesting them, some of you have in the comments, so today I'm going to show you a couple of them. Can't show you in depth some of the maybe more interesting ones because I've not scouted them, so I can't see all their stats, but I'll show you what I can nevertheless. Haven't got much in the way of transfers or anything, nothing else to report. I mean, the board have upped my transfer budget by £500,000, but if you see our budget, if we edit it, we can spend £33 million if we wanted to, so money is no object at the moment, but I'm trying to save it because I want to try and make profit to try and get a stadium. But with regards to fixtures, things have gone very, very, very well. Last episode would have been the West Brom game, I believe, and we won 1-0 with a goal coming from Junior Hoylett. Then played Man United and beat them 1-0. Giuliano scored. He got injured. Obviously, he didn't get injured in that game because he played in the next game and scored again against Spartak Moscow at home. He scored twice and Adam Wilson got the other goal. I think he may have got injured in that game. Maybe. I don't know. He got injured at some point. Then we went and lost to Arsenal 2-0. Now, Arsenal, we are really poor against Arsenal. Played Nottingham Forest to beat them 2-0. Carlos Vieira and Mason Bennett getting goals in the Capital One Cup, which was really good because obviously two young strikers, and they get their opportunity in the Cup and, take their chances, but nicely. Then played Stoke and Adam Wilson got our only goal. So as you can see, we are not a flamboyant team. We don't score a ton. Okay, against Spartak we did, but we don't score a ton of goals in the previous months. Certainly we haven't. But we're a very clinical, very effective team because if you look at the league table, we're currently sitting in third behind Newcastle, but we got a game in hand on the two teams above us, so we can go top. And then in the Champions League, we are currently sitting top. And in the Capital One Cup, I believe our next game is against Crystal Palace in the quarterfinals. So hopefully we can win that one. Obviously, we've got a very good record in all the different cup competitions, so who knows what's going to happen. But today it's Spartak away. But while I think about it, actually, let's show you the new gens before I forget. I think is the best thing to do. Now, there's one Brazilian, I remember. Paco. Is he available? Where is he? Yeah, this guy. He's not too bad. Decent finishing, 20 years old. But all Brazilians are generally very good. 32 games, 9 goals. Suggests he's not very good, but I would say his attributes would suggest otherwise. But yeah. But anything else really? He's real. He's pretty good. Wow. Actually, that might be interesting to show you some of how young players have developed so far in this save. Obviously, this is the first patch, so this is how they would have turned out on that patch, I mean. He's pretty good. Adrian, he's very good. How's Wellington Nem getting on, actually? Wellington Nem, he was always a beast on this patch. Yeah, on this one, not on the current one, but on this patch, you could pick him up for £3.5 million in the first season, which was probably the biggest mistake I made, is not getting him for £3.5 million. Because he's a bit of a beast. Any other really good young'uns that's worth a little look? I've already shown you Doria. Yeah, he's alright. His tackling was a little bit low. Who's this guy? I've never heard of him, but he looks okay from what I can see. And anybody else? Brazil is always the interesting one, I find. What have Argentina got? What have they got? Who's this guy? Okay, who wants him? Monaco and Angie. Wow. Any young players? Who's this guy? He must be a new gen. Yeah. He plays at Juventus. He looks okay. And I'm just trying to think who might be worth a little look. I know. Fiera. Facunda Fiera. This guy is at Bayern now. He's on £83,000 a week, and we were looking to sign him, but Bayern got him, and whoopsie. His record's not too bad for them. 12 million. Full Argentine international, a very, very good striker. The Bayern squad now is pretty awesome. They've just sacked, it's quite funny actually, because they just sacked, oh no, I'm thinking of a different save. Whoopsie, sorry, I was thinking about a different save. On another save I've got, they just sacked Pep Guardiola, and they've got like Falcao in their squad, and some other Spanish players, obviously that Pep had signed, and they're all pretty awesome. With regards to English youngsters, new gens, there's who was it? I was looking at one of them before I made this video, so I had an idea. This guy must be pretty good. 3.2 million. He must be okay. But again, I can't see his attributes because I've not scouted him, so I'll have to think to do that in the future. I've scouted this guy, or maybe I haven't, but I can certainly see his attributes. He's really poor. Certainly for his value. Dave Humphreys, who's this? What's he? Oh, 15 finishing. His speed, with his age, your speed will develop. He looks okay. Anybody else? What's this guy? He's alright. 4.1 million. Carl Whitehead. He looks alright. Very tall for a winger. Right, anyway, today, gonna get on this game. I'll show you some in the next episode. I'll scout a couple just to see what they're like. Actually, I did scout one. I've been tracking one, actually. Argentine. Plays for Boca? Defender, I think he is. I think I've been scouting one. Yeah, this guy. He looks pretty awesome, I think. Tackling, marking, heading, first touch, he's awesome. Passing is pretty good for a defender. He's quick. He's got good determination. His positioning could do with a little bit of improvement, as could his composure. But generally, this guy looks a bit of a beast. And I have been scouting him. Scouted him once. Well, yeah, I scouted him once. I'm sure there was a different one who was even better. I've been scouting at Boca Juniors. He's awesome. I've scouted him too. Yeah. So yeah, that's it pretty much. Until I scout some more, then I'll show you them, as I say. Today we're going with ter Stegen in goal, Insua, Corey, Dave, Klein, Williams, Rodwell, Ince, Teixeira, El Shaarawy, and Abel Hernandez up front. So pretty much as strong as I can put out at the moment, with all our other injuries and players who aren't registered this competition, etc. So pretty strong. Hopefully we can... I'm not going to go attack, I'm going to go with standard strategy to start with. Hopefully we can get the job done today. I mean, so far I'm really pleased with the way we've coped with the Champions League. Obviously being top, we're doing really well. I think, I can't remember top of my head. I think we are, joint points, level points with other teams. With Dortmund, I think it is. But, nevertheless, we are top, so that's obviously very good. And we're on the attack here with Klein. Go on, do something with it, Rodwell. Okore, he's been awesome lately, Okore, as he's been, even the media have been mentioning how good he's been playing, so he's back to start alongside Dave today over other options. Ince. I'm desperate to get Tabanu and Giuliano, but Teixeira's just scored, and some other players back, particularly Tabanu. I really wanted, because he was really good for us, and then he got injured for ages, and then he got healthy again, and then he got injured again. So we just need him, because I think he could become a superstar. And what's really annoying was that when he was really good, Tottenham kept on offering me good money for him, and I kept on rejecting him because he's playing well, and I don't want to sell my best players. Then he got injured. So if I'd sold, but I guess hindsight's a brilliant thing. But maybe we should have sold to make that money. Walcott's now no longer in the England team. He's been dropped. He's in terrible form since his big money moved to Newcastle. So we got a good deal there. Teixeira makes it 2-0. He's taking over this game. The Arsenal game that we lost, we were really poor in. To be honest, we was just... I mean, I say we were not a flamboyant team. We're not an exciting team. Like, we created nothing in that Arsenal game. It was just another case of, just like we did against last year when we played Dortmund, after playing some really big games, we just hit our wall. I mean, the players having to play at such a level all the time, particularly the Champions League. The pressures, particularly, it's just because you're in the Champions League, you're a big team. You're considered a big fish in the Premier League. So you've got to play at a very high level all the time, because other teams want to beat you, sort of thing, and set up defensively against you. So you've got to play at your best all the time. And we just hit a wall. We just hit our limit, and we just couldn't do it. And then we bounced back and just picked up where we left off. So, you know, it's understandable, but our record against Arsenal and Wolves is just dreadful. Our record against Arsenal, I actually wrote this down so I can let you know. It's played 12, lost 8 times, won 3 and drawn 1. So we've lost 8 out of 12 times against Arsenal. I think Arsenal are a little bit overrated in this game because, you know, it does make them play like Barcelona. It's a little bit exaggerated, but you know, they're a very good team, obviously, and Reece Williams scores. But I do find Arsenal, I wouldn't say they're our bogey team. I would say Wolves are the bogey team. I'd just say Arsenal are just always at such a high level all the time, so consistent. I'd say more consistent than Manchester United, Chelsea, even maybe to a certain extent Manchester City. I'd say Arsenal generally on all saves I play on all FMs have always been extremely consistent. So make of that what you will, in terms of if you think that's realistic or whatever. Junior Hoylett's going on, and I really want to take Teixeira off because of his fatigue, but he's got to stay on. But then again, I want to take Rodwell off. So what I'm going to do is put Rodwell, switch those two over, and do that. Okay, Reece Williams isn't a very creative midfielder, but he's more creative than Smauer, certainly. Maybe we need to change. I mean, I'm not too fussed personally. I'm not too fussed that we are a effective team, a clinical team. Then, you know, we win 1 or 2-0. We don't score. We don't score anywhere near as many goals as we should score. I'll admit that. We should be scoring. Oh, Dave, clear it. Good work, Dave. We should be scoring 2, 3, 4 goals a game. You know, against some of the weaker teams. Certainly, we should be burying them. I mean, that's Stoke. Stoke, the way they've been set up now, are pretty solid. Will Hughes is a very good player for them, but we should, with the quality we've got, we should be able to go to the Britannia Stadium and win 2-0, 3-0. We should be able, you know, we should be able to be at that level, the level that the Manchester Cities and Arsenals are. You know, when they can go and do it, we should be able to do that now. But we're not. But we are getting the 3 points. 3 points is 3 points, of course. So I'm not too fussed. I thought Sarah just injured somebody and then got another yellow card and got sent off, but he didn't. El Shaarawy's just given the ball away. But 3-0 away in Moscow. So maybe we're not flamboyant and, you know, exciting in the Premier League, but when it comes to Europe, we can win by goal, by quite a margin. We are currently now played for 7 goals for, 1 against, 8 points. Dortmund have played for and got 6 points. So we are currently in control of our qualification, particularly because we're 5 points ahead of Benfica. So we're looking like we could be getting out of the group. £869,000 for winning. So yeah. Yeah, you see, we started fairly negatively in the... we won 3-0 twice against Spartak Moscow, so maybe it was just the Spartak Moscow are pretty poor. So we'll have to see what happens if we can score more goals. But I'm not going to change the tactic because it's working, as you can see. Our record is fantastic. I think the way we've coped with all of our added fixtures is very good. I do think it's bizarre the way these fixtures have worked, though. All these home games and then all the away games. I think that's pretty bizarre. Let's just show you the Wolves. What's our record against Wolves? Played 6, they've won 4. Drawn 1, and then our record, sorry, played 6, won 1, drawn 1, lost 4. 4 goals for, 13 goals against. So we're very poor against Wolves. They are definitely our bogey team. Arsenal, I say they're consistent, but they've proved me wrong here. Maybe they're consistent at beating me. That certainly looks the case. But look, they get their wins. I don't know why they're not higher up the table. It's early days yet. It's early days. Right, next episode will be against... Who will it be? Who will it be? Newcastle. I'm just thinking, do I want to do the Champions League? Do I want to do Capital One Cup? Or do I want to do the Newcastle game, considering Newcastle top of the league? I think I'm going to do the Newcastle game. I think that'll be a bigger game. Because it's crucial, because obviously I want to win the league. Full stop. I want to win the Premier League, and we seem to be in pretty good control now of our Champions League fate. So maybe that's not such a big game. And then the Capital One Cup, I'm going to rotate the team, so that won't be such an important game. particularly because we've already had very much big success in the different domestic cups. So I'm not too fussed. So yeah, we'll do the Newcastle game. I think £341 million now value. Value still expected to finish 6th. I think that's pretty low, very low. That's very harsh of them. Very harsh. What's happening in the rest of the Champions League groups? Let's get an overview. What's happening? Well, it's happening. Barcelona have already qualified as of Porto. Dynamo and Copenhagen. I'm not too shocked actually. Who's in charge of them? Who have they got? What's Messi like? Let's have a look. That is filth. That is just filth. He's just incredible. Klasjen Huntelaar. Not somebody I'd expect to go to them, but okay. Chelsea have already qualified from their group. That's not. I mean, it's not really difficult, but PSV, Malaga, and Anderlecht, and they've already qualified. That's impressive. Manchester City, Inter, Schalke, and then a Serbian team. That's quite a difficult group. Bayern, Sushaw, again, hope I said that right. Shakhtar and Celtic. Oh, poor Celtic getting thrown into that group. So you got German powerhouse, tycoon-owned team, Ukrainian powerhouse, Scottish powerhouse. That's pretty tough. Lorient. Have they had a tycoon? No, they've just done pretty well in Ligue 1. And they're doing very well in the Champions League group, actually. Fair play to them. Juventus. Sitting low. That's quite a difficult group. I think ours is a very difficult group. Real Madrid have already qualified. Marseille, Arsenal, Atalanta, Panathinaikos. Panathinaikos are clearly the whipping boys in that group. Only scored 1 goal. Europa League. Anything interesting? And my computer's frozen. No, it's not. We go back. Manchester United sitting in their group. Dusseldorf atop. Wow. I'm surprised. I'm staggered with this quality Man United have got. Look at that squad. Wayne Rooney, Verratti, Kagawa, Neymar, Nani, Fer. Even Bertrand's a beast in the game. Baines. I'm surprised they are. They must be rotating their team for that group. They must be. Okay, yeah, they're all on level points, but still they should be top. Wolves. Obviously, our bogey team doing okay in their group. Ajax. Of course, we qualified for Champions League. They didn't. Anything else interesting? Tottenham winning their group. Aren't they managed by Paulo Sousa? Yeah, Paulo Sousa. Used to be at Leicester City. And Swansea and QPR. Yeah. I swear, I was used to on previous FMs, like, I don't know if anybody, I'm going off topic now, but if anyone else is, people do challenges like you try and replicate a manager's history, either his managerial history and just retrace his steps, like you could do Jose Marino and try and achieve everything he's achieved in his career, or you can do a player's version, for example. You can try and win everything the guy won as a player, as a manager, if that makes sense. So I always find Paulo Sousa to be amazing, because you got to go to Benfica, Sporting, Juventus, Dortmund, Inter, Parma, Panathinaikos, Espanyol, all as a player. And then if you want to go even further, you can do the managerial positions and try and achieve everything he's achieved in his career, which is pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome story, and obviously international at Portugal. So you could try and manage Portugal. So if anybody's looking for an idea of what to do as a challenge or something on FM, there you go. Paulo Sousa. And also what's his name, the Irish manager, the old man whose name's just escaped me. Trapattoni, of course, Trapattoni. His history is incredible as well. Where he's been, to try and retrace his would take years. It's really interesting to try and do. I haven't done Paulo Sousa in quite a while, so I might try and do that again actually, because that's pretty incredible. Right, that's pretty much going to do it from me. This next episode will be the Newcastle game, as I did say. So we are doing really well so far in this league. So until next time, I have no idea what I'm trying to say there. I'll see you guys next time.